I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at WasInACult, on Facebook at I Got the Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got the Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com.
Hi guys.
Hey, it's Laura.
And it's Deb, and it's episode 61
Yep.
of I Got the Hell Out. And good morning, early afternoon.
Early afternoon.
Yes. We have a Kool-Aid recipe.
All right.
I remembered today. Okay.
Okay.
This comes from an ex-member, Tom. Hi, Tom. Hippie juice.
Nice.
You're going to like this. You use 1 cup of watermelon vodka.
Ooh.
1/3 of a cup of triple sec.
Okay.
1/3 of a cup Malibu coconut rum.
Ooh,
Oh, you don't like coconut.
You just ruined it.
Oh,
it
that's
was
me.
good up until that.
Oh, that's right. That's me. Well,
I'll substitute regular or spice rum.
or spice.
Yep.
You can do substitutions. Because, we should actually be doing Flavor Aid because that's what they actually used. So anyway. And you use 4 scoops of pink lemonade mix. I'm assuming that's the Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid.
It's already made.
Oh, with the sugar already.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's easier for, you're just too lazy of a mom. So you buy that so your kids can make it
It's
themselves.
one less step.
Your kids can make it themselves.
See?
You don't even have to help and fear that they add too much sugar. But see, you could do what my kids did because I was the lazy mom and said, here's how you do it, right? They'd add 2 or 3 times. They were basically drinking syrup.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, anyway, 4 scoops of pink lemonade mix, and it just has water and strawberries. So I'm assuming however strong you want it, you keep adding water until...
Sounds good with just regular rum.
I'm telling you, we're going to get, really drunk this
Someday.
summer.
We can sit on my side porch.
Always. I love your side porch.
I know, me too.
That's where I take my breaks. And Easter is the 17th.
Yep.
Here.
Week from today.
And I have off. Thanks, Tom and KB. They're my bosses.
Hey.
They're closed. Everybody's off.
Oh, that's nice.
I thought so
That's
too.
very nice.
I got a text and was like, wow, I don't have to work. Yay. And for some reason, Canada celebrates Easter on the 18th. And I have no idea why.
On a Monday?
Yeah, that's what my calendar says.
Really?
Yep. It says Easter Monday, and then it has Canada next to it. So, our Canadian listeners, please help us understand why Easter's on Monday on your...
Because there is such thing as an Easter Monday.
Yeah, in Canada.
No, here too. They consider it the day after Easter Monday.
Well, yeah.
But...
Canada celebrates on Monday. Don't ask me why.
Okay, let us know if that's, really how it is.
It is. My calendar says so. It's not on the internet.
Well, then, okay.
And it's in red.
Well, then, I'm not going to argue with the calendar.
I'll snap a picture of it when I get home. So that means I was wrong a few weeks ago. They're actually doing the Passover and Jesus' memorial and the foot washing ceremony coming up.
Okay.
And as always, I'm perusing their official page, right?
Uh-huh.
So they were citing the new moon the other night, and they had some really nifty pictures from New York. Somebody in Ohio, Laura. Yeah. I looked at it and was like, okay.
Did they have any neat things to say?
Or
Or was it just pictures? Yeah.
Well, look, here, this one was taken in New York. Do you see it? Do you see the crescent moon?
Nope.
It's right there above the trees.
Still can't see it.
That's 'cause you're
my
blind.
my eyes are all...
You are blind. I don't know what to tell you.
I told you my allergies are bothering me. My eyes are swollen. You want me to see a little crescent moon?
Yes.
Not going to happen.
Yes, this one creeped me
Not
out.
gonna
This one
happen.
creeped me out when I came across it, okay?
What's this?
The green ears of barley have been spotted.
All
Praise
right.
God.
Woo!
But yeah, some poor schmuck took their money and went over there, just like we did, which I wouldn't trade the experience. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to go to Amsterdam, and that was a dream.
You got
and a
some
half.
really cool places out of that trip.
I know, and if
You
you'd come
really
to my
did.
house, I'd show you my scrapbook and souvenirs and stuff. I would even let you taste the Dead Sea because
Oh,
I stole Dead Sea and salt.
I'll take your word on it.
It's the saltiest thing I've ever had in my mouth. Shut up. Look at you busting out.
I had so many things to say, but
You know, anyway, on their official page yesterday at 2:00, this is what they posted. We have only 1 week left until God's feast is here.
okay.
Just letting you know. Put that directly in the garbage can. Okay. Would you like a quote from probably January, February, March 28th of 03. Probably one
Okay.
of the last sermons that I probably listened to.
Okay.
Why are they still quoting him like way back?
I don't know.
Okay, this is a quote from Little Man dated 3/28/03.
Okay.
We are being afflicted right now. It is something we can expect. It is something that we have to know is not coming from God. It is coming from Satan. They are doing this to turn you away, along with the other temptations that they throw in front of you, like fornication and adultery that come with the teachings and trying to overcome.
Dear God, your face was red. I thought you were going to pass out.
I don't think I could have uttered one more word. Do you love how they just...
One big run-on sentence.
Oh my God, I got lightheaded. Hold on. There's more.
Big breath.
They will try to find your weaknesses. They will try to make you weak. God will allow you to be tested for as much as you can endure. Therefore, if you notice some are not being tested so much, it is because of that.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Hold on, there's just a tiny bit more.
Dear Lord.
It is not that they will not make it to the kingdom. They can if they will keep God's laws. That is the one required thing of all of us. Keep God's laws and be obedient to the priest and God. Those last 4 words, be obedient to the priest and God. And see, he's a priest and the elders are priests.
Right.
So you have to be obedient. Remember all these things I'm reading?
Right.
You got to be obedient like a little kid. And I showed you a video today that we can't post off of their official page.
Oh, talk about creepy. That girl was about, what, 7,
6,
8?
7. To their credit, she could read.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
I give them that. This little girl, I was perusing their page for, the gold that comes from this place. That I mean, what did half of this shit mean? If you notice that some are not being tested so much, it is because of that.
Got nothing.
Delete. It was shared by 6 different people. Maybe they understood it.
Or maybe they were sending it to other people. What the hell does this mean?
I don't know, but look, No, I was just about to say something else.
I have no idea.
Squirrel.
I don't know. The look on your face is just like, got nothing.
Anyway, for some reason, they're touting the Feast of Passover and an unleavened bread 2019, okay? They have it as Friday, April 19th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Then they have Saturday, April 20th from 7 p.m. to 10 a.m. I mean, do they have competent people running their Facebook page to look at that?
Wait, 7 p.m. to 10 a.m.?
Are you reading that? And look, I can click on the little thing that says I'm interested. I almost did that in scrolling.
Oh my gosh.
Like I accidentally called them a couple times.
Oh my God. Is that little man right there?
That's his neck and his beard.
His neck
Yeah,
and his beard,
I
okay.
made sure the screenshot didn't have
him in it.
Yeah, I just can't stand him. It makes me want to throw up. Okay. Would you like to hear what he has to say in the 13th book of Israel, Part 2, Chapter 1, verses 62 and 63.
Why not?
This is
Sure.
dated. This is dated 7/6 of 13. So I was long living up here. He's probably traveling the timeline at this point. And this is verse 62, and we all, in the last two words, kill me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what we've gotten ourselves into? And God is the only one who has an answer to getting us out of it. Yes, praise God. And then there's that little applause thing that they have to put in the type,
yeah.
you know, because you have to know that they're applauding at little man as he's screaming,
Absolutely.
praise God.
Absolutely.
Okay? And that's what he's offering the nations right now through his house. And of course, Satan is opposing it as God said she would. And in bold letters, new topic. New topic. I ain't even understanding the last. Okay. Verse 63. Now, he can tell you and is going to tell you when she's going to be chained and not be able to deceive the world any longer. Deception? It's pure deception saying, I'm going to make this Pope a saint. They can't. They can't make that Pope a saint. As he's laughing. Okay, they want to put him in the type of laughing, okay?
And I can just hear that little laugh right now.
They'd have had to have started at childhood and then started teaching him the laws of God. That's what makes you so much better, children. Praise God. Oh, I know that creepy little girl on that video.
Mm-hmm.
My gosh, she was up there spouting stuff, talking about Lil Man.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it all for about 3 or 4 minutes as my jaw was dropping. But like I said, at least they taught her to read.
Right. That's so creepy, that like little girl
But then
voice.
she introduced another little girl.
Who was maybe 10, I'd say.
Yes.
9 or 10.
And we listened. You watched it. I listened to it for like a minute and then it cut off. But wasn't it seriously creepy?
Very. Just those little girl voices.
Why are little girls? It sounded like they were addressing the entire room.
Mm-hmm.
That would be men and women, which I'm not understanding this. Anybody who's left lately or is still there on the fence, contact us.
Do you think maybe it was just the room of women?
I know, because that was, from what I could tell, it was live streaming at one point. That was like services, because
Oh, okay.
yesterday was services.
Right.
And the time that it was posted, because I guess they do loose editing also. I don't know. Maybe they're like, live TV. They're like only 5 or 10 seconds where they can actually hit a
right.
button. The oh shit button, I like to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I am impressed at this next one, Laura. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little meme they put out. Okay. It says, you're gonna get tougher.
Okay.
Now, I am impressed the first word, they actually used the correct version of your.
They did.
With punctuation and everything.
Wow.
But is gonna, G-O-N-N-A, a word? Gonna.
It's a slang word.
Gonna. G-O-N-N-A.
It's a slang word. If
I mean, in one hand, I was impressed with the use of your.
You know what? I'll give them the fact they used the correct spelling of your.
But gonna. I mean, it sounds like you're in middle school. But then again, he only has a 5th grade education.
Right.
Correct?
Yep.
Gonna. Yeah, I looked at that one and went, okay. Now, this past Tuesday at 1 o'clock, they alerted everybody by Facebook, okay, that it's time to pray. And do you know what they're telling you to pray for?
What?
To remember to pray for the work. Pray that it succeeds and pray that it's protected. And this comes from Little Man's mouth, April 23rd, 14.
Okay.
Quotes from Little Man. You're praying for the work. Remember, they got solutions that are peaceful, and
that's right.
You're doing the work. You are bringing forth the kingdom. You're doing important work there. That's what they feed you. That makes you important because you're better than everybody else.
Because you're doing the work other people aren't.
Right. You are ushering in the new kingdom. Come on. Now, let me know if this one makes any sense. It's another little meme.
Oh, jeez.
God puts together friends. He creates friends by teaching love one for another.
What?
Read it yourself.
No, that's okay.
Apparently, God's responsible for your friends
I guess.
because you love one another, because you
Sure.
follow the laws.
Sure.
I'm telling you, this is this. How do people that belong to this drivel? Okay, ready for one more
Sure.
of a quote from Little Man, and the date gets me. Okay. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, which is 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
July 6th of 13. Look
Look
at
613.
Yeah. Okay, this is from the 13th book, but we're backing up to verse 46 of chapter 1. Okay. You know, I think today our young people have the best opportunity. They have a wonderful opportunity set in front of them. Number 1, you're my seed.
Ooh.
Number 2, you're getting the words weekly here, sometimes daily, being taught. And all you have to do is grasp it and tell God you want to be a part of it, and you're in. Praise God. And applause again.
Of course.
It's so simple, you know. If you'll just say, I don't want to be a part of this sin that's bringing all this sickness, disease, and misery to the people. You're in, Laura. In like Flynn.
Oh, good. Fantastic.
Sin no more. Oh, look. And they put all these new moon sightings up.
Oh my God.
That's from the cult right there. Okay. This one's from Ohio. No telling.
What is that?
That's the new moon right there.
Oh,
Can't you see
geez.
it?
Barely.
It's because you're blind. Let's see. Oh, and that app that we told everybody that we were going to look up, that my friend Mel posted. It's disguised as an everyday app.
Yes. What's it called?
How this Aspire News app could save your life. It was from Dr. Phil. I only took a screenshot. It's on the Facebook page. You'll just have to scroll
But it's
backwards.
called Aspire, Aspire.
Aspire News app. It's disguised as an everyday app. It has a go button. It'll help you locate the nearest shelters. It has domestic violence articles and education, and a link to Aspire Innovative Curriculum, which I don't even know what that is.
Maybe stuff to help you get out.
Probably.
That is an awesome app.
Okay, we're done with that and that. Okay.
While you are looking, I wanted to say thank you to our newest patron, Jared B. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. Thank you. And anybody who doesn't ever receive their prizes from becoming a Patreon, it's Laura's fault, but contact us via, you can even say... Facebook, and just, I won't even post it as a post because I have to clear everything before it goes on Facebook. You can just say, hi, it's me, so-and-so, and I'm a Patreon, and I didn't get my shit.
Yep.
And
then
then
because sometimes it slips through the cracks. We apologize. I apologize.
I'll throw you under the bus every time.
I know you will. Don't you worry. I'm going to throw you under big time. Don't
Really?
worry. That moment will get here.
I don't think so. Would you like to hear from our resident spy?
Yes, I would.
Okay. She subscribed to the earth-shattering, earth-breaking, you have to know now what's happening in the prophecy.
Yes, can't wait another minute.
Can't wait another minute. Shalom to you. Prophecy is an exciting study, no doubt. However, without inspiration from God, prophecy is subject to the whims of the human mind and therefore cannot be relied upon for complete accuracy. The prophet Amaziah clearly states that God himself will choose a servant to explain prophecy. And yes, that servant must be prophesied. You can trust God to lead us to his last days messenger.
What does that even mean?
That means that you can't listen to anybody but little man because he's the only one that's been touched by the hand of God to give you the prophecies.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm just reading it. And then it goes on to say, little man does not teach like all other religions. He teaches the truth.
Of course he does.
Is that like, the white van that says free candy? I'm not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a kidnap van.
Now listen, little man has studied Third Temple prophecy for many years, and he shares that knowledge with you.
He didn't finish 5th grade.
There are many prophecies in your Bible, better yet, in the book of God, that show the temple will be rebuilt in this generation in troublous times. You could read more, but I didn't.
Good Lord.
Oh, and here's the last little bit, okay? This is in the monthly newsletter. It must be Breaking Prophecy. God is not a respecter of persons. If you sin, you suffer consequences, along with the deceiving religions.
Oh, so all the other religions are deceiving.
Every single one of them.
Okay.
Because Satan has a hand in it.
That's right.
He used to refer to all of the churches as whorehouses.
Oh, really? Now?
Yes. And they worship the Lord, Lard.
Okay.
He tried to make clever puns on words.
So all of the other churches and religions,
they're whorehouses. Yeah.
Fantastic.
When you walk into a whorehouse, I don't care if it's for your neighbor's wedding, there's no reason for you to go in a whorehouse. No reason for you to cross that threshold, because there's demons waiting for you right there.
What if you have your bells on?
I don't know. Maybe they forgot about the bells.
I think you forgot about the bells.
It's a loophole.
See, it's a loophole. If you could go to someone's wedding if you wear your bells.
Possibly. I don't know.
I'm just wondering.
Okay. What do you got for us? Anything good?
Well, the rest of that article that we had talked about last week.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to run through my stuff while you read something, because I had a shit ton here and I kind of didn't really actually get to most of it.
Okay. So they're talking about the people when they get there, how they have to give everything away and they're basically left with nothing. So that's where we left off in the article.
It broke my heart to take a truckload of stuff to the flea market and sell off stuff that I had planned on having forever. You know what I mean?
That is so sad.
I got $300 for it all, but
you had to give that. You had a tithe on it.
Well, yeah. Even though I owned it already and before I was at the cult.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Remind me to tell you of the Great Ham Battle sometime.
The what?
The Great Ham Battle.
The ham.
About ham.
Well, tell us now.
I thought you were reading an article.
Well, okay.
The cult would pick and choose things, okay? And we were there a couple of days after the feast ended, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I got to figure out how to put this gently. Okay. Kenny had a side business.
Okay.
That just is, it's kind of frowned upon. Okay. And he went to the elders and was like, look, I run this side business and, it's frowned upon by most people, but the people who run this business would frown upon it even more, me not paying them. Okay?
Okay.
Because you pick it up and you distribute it and you go back and pay for it.
Okay.
Okay? We had quite a bit of stuff left and he wanted to know what to do. And the elders actually told him they didn't want to stir the shit pot with who the money's owed to, because you don't want to stir the shit pot with these people, okay? Go home, get rid of the rest of the product, and don't buy anymore. Pay guy off. And the only way to pay guy off is to get rid of said product because it's expensive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Okay.
On the other hand, I ran my own Roach Coach. And I made all homemade sandwiches for these guys at these construction sites and stuff, right? And I bought stuff in bulk. And I would buy like 5 or 10 pounds of sliced ham in one package. Okay? Mm-hmm. And, well, he's got product at home. I got product at home. Well, I got 5-10 pounds of ham that's going into ham sandwiches.
Which is a no-no.
Okay, well, I forgot to ask about that and blah, blah, blah. So I'm in the kitchen first night back because I got to go out and make some money because we've been gone like 2.5 weeks. And I pull this ham out. Well, it was in the freezer the night before because you go away, you put shit away. Mm-hmm. Pulled the ham out, frosting, blah, blah, blah. And getting ready to make these sandwiches. And he comes in the kitchen and he's like, what are you doing? Because I used to take the kitchen table and just like, it was end-to-end bread. It was just bread. And then you made all these sandwiches and you took another loaf of bread and just started slapping the tops on them all the way down. And it was a one-man assembly line.
Right.
And I looked at him and I'm like, well, I'm using up the last of the ham. I says, I have this one package left. It was 5 or 10 pounds. It was like a lot of money in ham. Okay? I'm not one to waste shit to begin with.
A lot of ham money.
Anyway, he told me he was the head and he could make the decision that I'm not allowed to use the ham. And I basically told him, fuck you, you're doing Terry's stuff for him. And he tried to explain to me that was different.
Oh, really?
It was different because I already owned that ham and I could throw it away and I would be the one that was out the money. But I didn't want to be out the money. I wanted to make ham sandwiches and bring in a shit ton of money.
Right.
And we actually wrestled with the ham in the kitchen. And of course, he's bigger than me.
But you guys were wrestling with the ham.
We were wrestling in the kitchen with the ham. He was trying to get it away from me. Because he come over and he went to grab it. And I tried to grab it back off of him. And he's bigger than me. And he just snatched it.
Was it wrapped or no?
Yeah. It was,
oh, okay. It wasn't like it was like unwrapped and you're like hugging this ham.
I was laying my bread out. And that's when he walked in. And
okay.
And I hadn't opened the ham yet. Well, we get in this big ass argument. And he goes and he chucks it out the front door. And it lands in the front yard. And I was pissed. So I go out in the front yard and I grab this package of ham. And it wasn't ripped open or nothing. And I'm still yelling at him. And neighbors are looking out windows. And it was kind of funny. And he locked me out. And wouldn't let me in until I promised him I wouldn't use the ham because he's the head. And I have to listen to him. Okay? So I told him I wouldn't use the ham. And I went in and I threw it in the garbage can. And he went to take a shower. Well, I hurried up and made all the ham sandwich. At least that was the plan, okay? I opened the ham and I started throwing them on the slices of bread. And again, the man must have known me better than I thought because here he comes around the corner screaming at me for pulling the ham out of the garbage. And at this point, the ham's open, so he took it all outside and threw it where the flower bed mulch and all that is.
So a second time ham gets thrown out the door. Yeah. I would have given anything to be one of the neighbors. Could you just picture you're standing outside and next thing you know, this ham comes flying out the door?
and somebody comes and picks it up and they're screaming.
And they go back in and then the unwrapped ham
gets thrown into flower beds so that it would get all dirty and messed up.
Oh, if I could have been a neighbor.
Needless to say, I couldn't use the ham because it was laying in the flower beds. And
rinse it off.
People are walking their dogs, and I yelled at the one neighbor about how much of an asshole my husband was. He could bring his dog over and eat the ham out the flower beds, and I ran into the house and slammed the damn door. It was the Great Ham Massacre, as I referred to it.
Oh, my God.
He massacred all my ham. And I never touched ham until I started asking my friend for ham sandwiches. See, you get me off on a tangent. I don't even know where we are. We're in the article.
You tell me. Oh, remind me to tell you about the Ham Massacre. or whatever.
The Great Ham
Yeah,
Massacre.
come on. That's not like, oh yeah, tell me about that some other time.
That was actually our very first fight about anything in the cult. And all he kept telling me is he was the head, he was the head, he was the head. It's his job, he's the head. Isn't that shitty?
What a bunch of bullshit.
Anyway, you were reading us an article.
Before I was so rudely interrupted, right?
Sorry.
Okay, so they're talking about how they give everything away. So it starts, they were all too far gone by then. They had left behind the secular world, careers, families, lifestyles, because God's ticket was one way.
Exactly.
Numerous able-bodied members worked at the cult for peanuts while getting by on food stamps.
Exactly. I told you, $20 to $40 a week was the norm, and then you'd have to turn around and tithe off of it. Yeah.
So you're making, you're working for free, basically.
Well, your rent's only, $5 a week, which of course they own the trailer and the property. That's just, they're just sucking them. They're like the company stores that used to exist when America was, being built.
Right.
You could go to work for a 40-hour week and you worked and they held your pay, but you had access to the company store because you're working and you got a paycheck coming. But the company store and prices are so inflated, and they know how much. Laura, you're getting paid $40 a week, but you have to go to the company store, and guess what? Even though you're being cheap and getting by as cheaply as you can, you had to spend $45 or $50, and that puts you in debt.
Yeah.
To the store, which means you're
never
never
out of
leaving.
debt. You're never
leaving that company. You will continually be in debt and a slave to them. And do you think that's where Little Man got the idea?
Oh, I'm sure.
Because some of the people that I've talked to, yeah, he has you don't even have to leave the compound. He has a service that if they don't have it in their stores and this and that on the compound,
they'll get it for you.
They will send somebody out into the evil, nasty, defiled, screwed up world and get whatever product you need, as long as it's deemed acceptable.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You never have to leave, Laura. Do you think those two little girls on stage have ever left that place?
Oh, they've never seen the outside world. I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Okie doke. Keep going.
Let's see. Their children, though educated competently at the cult, knew very little of the world outside. One man had sold his property for $22,000 and had given it all to the cult. How could he turn back? Just like you were saying. How can you...
You really can't.
You can't.
Because they've sucked you dry.
Okay. Yet, even with their acquiescent state, the congregation was not prepared for the new law introduced in a sermon by an elder on July 24th, 1993. After drilling into their skulls a host of passages reminding those present that all laws must be obeyed without question, the elder informed them that multiple marriages were sanctioned by God.
Yes. Well,
So all of a sudden this is what we're doing.
Well, yeah, because Little Man got busted with his secretary. He was testing the waters of multiple marriage.
Okay.
Because God says it's okay. Because I don't remember who it was. My brain's a little scrambled right now. But he had 200 wives and 300 concubines. It's biblical. It's in the first few books.
Okay.
And that just tickled him to death.
So he figured, why not me?
Like I said, he got busted doing something he shouldn't have been. And of course, his ex-wife was not real happy about that. Of course, she was, I think, excommunicated. I don't know if she left or was excommunicated.
We're getting to her.
Oh.
Actually, she's right in the next paragraph.
Now, did you see how creepy that they made everybody still in the cult look in these pictures?
Yes.
But do you see how angelic she looks? Mm-hmm. With the sunlight illuminating her from behind. Yeah. She's looking off into the distance with a big grin on her face.
Yep. Okay.
Wait a minute. I would like to remind everyone that Amazon Kindle, okay, does have Kay's book for less than $4. If you want to read her side of the story, and they do sell paperbacks for people who maybe don't have Kindles and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know for you.
I don't know how much the paperback is. So, anyway, keep going.
Okay. So it says, talking about his ex-wife, his wife at the time. Kay smelled a rat and believed its name was Little Man. She knew her husband had once been an adulterer, among her proof being their first son, and had in recent years endured numerous rumors that the overseer had been plucking female prospects from the cult's congregation.
He gets first pick everybody that walks through that door.
Oh, God.
And little girls as they're growing up.
So disgusting. A strong-willed, intelligent woman, Kay nonetheless had developed an emotional investment in her husband's dubious ascendancy. Being the wife of a chosen one had its cachet, after all. Like so many former members, she would one day look back in amazement at the lines she'd been fed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Unlike the others, Kay had penned many of the lines herself.
Yep.
The rumors of Little Man's infidelity proved to be gilded to the extreme. I spoke with 2 of the 4 women said to have been his lovers, and both said the affairs never went further than passionate kissing.
Lovers. With passionate kissing.
With passionate kissing, and that's in quotes.
Okay.
Okay. But it seems clear that Little Man singled out these women, giving them access to him that was denied to the rest of people, and certainly showed no concern towards feelings of his wife.
He's a narcissist. He doesn't show concerned feelings for anybody except his money and his property. And I heard from somebody that, like I said, he gets first pick of everybody. And daughters, people coming in, blah, blah, blah. So
gross.
Okay? But he offers all of these young ones. He takes them to his bigger houses and the house on a lake. And who knows how much property he has, especially through other people and stuff. Because you have to sign a vow on to death that it still belongs to him, right? But they're showing the grand tour, and he seduces them. And, of course, if he defiles them, they have to be his wife because they can't marry anybody else. So as soon as he's done using them as a plaything, they get shoved off on the county road in one of the rundown, decrepit trailers that he owns, that he sells to people and rents out and stuff.
Okay.
And it's not the life they was looking for.
Because they were seeing all the good stuff. They were seeing all the nice houses.
Right. And pretty much when they get pregnant, they're of no use anymore. And you're always hoping for a girl.
Because that's money. Right? Because you can get money for her.
Well, not only that, it's of Israel's seed. Because that's where the Temple Mount is. That's where everything comes from. Again, how do you build a temple with a man's forearm?
Back to the cubit thing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I have no idea.
Keep going.
Oh, this man's creepy. Let's see. So Kay challenged the new polygamy law, citing a multitude of Bible passages. She was ignored. In the summer of 1994, she filed for divorce and was excommunicated by the elders. Little Man also banished his son from the 44 acres after judging him unfaithful to God and after accusing him of stealing $40,000 in cash that the overseer inexplicably kept in his house.
Aw, why did he keep that much in cash, you think?
I don't know. But then he goes, "You're a liar and a thief," he hollered to his son as 2 guards led him away. How sad is that?
You heard the comment he made about his daughter who took her own life. He didn't care. That's a narcissist at its
big time.
Finest. I mean, even if he felt that way, why would you publicly say that stuff? I mean, as a mom, if that happened with one of my kids and my ex said something like that, it would just put daggers in my heart all over again.
I know.
How do you say that? Anyway, I don't even want to dwell on it. Keep going.
Okay. So now they're talking about...
And that's how he treats his own children. Anybody who's displeasing, come on, keep reading.
Okay, so now they're talking about people that had joined and then left and what they're saying.
Right, because we're all disgruntled.
Yeah. Let's see. They are hurting no one except themselves. A music director who left 3 years ago said to me as he was among the damaged. Years after willingly abandoning his secular ambitions for God, he filed for bankruptcy in April and is now struggling to put his life back on track. Consumed with regret and with loathing for little man, he nonetheless blames only himself for his disastrous leap of faith.
Exactly. Who else are you going to blame? You believed the pack of lies.
It's my fault that I kept my family there, he told me while sipping a beer in his home one afternoon. No one made me do that. And all the horrible things that I did, shunning my mother and father and my brothers and sisters, sucking up to little man, believing all that bullshit. His face was creased with self-disgust. I've had it with religion, he said, laughing. I'm as close to an atheist as you can get.
That's what a lot of people end up, because you realize that religion really is a way to control. And I'm not trying to offend anyone. Do you know what I mean, Laura? But religion really is a lot about control. What you can do, what you can't do. How much does the church need from you? I mean, everything there was, it's up to you to give your 10, your 20, your 30%. It's up to you to be good with God. God knows how much you're supposed to give, and free will offerings, and what can you do to help us, and keep going.
I asked him how the first days back in the pagan world had been. Hard, he admitted. In fact, I went back for a week or so because I was just so scared. I didn't know what to do with myself. Then as he looked to the ground, a smile appeared on his face. The first Sabbath after I got out for good, I went fishing. Just me. I drove out in my car, and even though it was the Sabbath, I cranked up the radio.
Yes.
And then I got out to the lake, and there wasn't anyone else there but me, and I went fishing. Even though it was the Sabbath, I fished all day long.
Evil sinner.
It was probably the greatest day of my life.
Yep.
How many fish did you catch? I asked him. His smile widened. I don't even remember.
Everybody remembers what they did that first Sabbath. I knew a guy that when he got out, he went to his sister's house, who had gotten out before him.
Okay.
And he opened her refrigerator and pulled out, that oh my God size tub of sour cream that's like a pound of sour cream. Oh, yeah. He ate the whole thing with a spoon.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Because we couldn't have sour cream.
Right.
And the sour cream that anybody tried to make in the cult, it
had to be nasty.
It was gross. I mean, I've tried so many people's sour cream. And I was also reminded about clabbered milk. Remember we talked about garlic ice cream?
Oh, is that rotten milk?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They ended up with so much rotten milk because they gouged the prices so high that they made that garlic ice cream. Mm-hmm. And then somebody who got out later, I think in 2010, 11, 12, I don't know. They were still having problems with too much milk, and they couldn't sell. I mean, you can't go from selling it $9 a gallon and drop it to $5. You'd be losing money.
Right.
So they started saying as a health thing that you're supposed to buy this clabbered milk from them, which is basically milk in a glass jar that the top of it is that looks like white cheese at the top. Oh. And underneath it is that yellow liquid.
Yeah, stop.
Well, you're supposed to eat the cheesy stuff, okay?
No.
And then the liquidy stuff, you're supposed to drink that. It has health benefits.
I'm going to vomit.
But what surprised me was you were allowed to use certain things in the whey. Like, my one friend can't even look at Strawberry Quick anymore because they had the powdered Strawberry Quick to put in with the whey. And you were supposed to drink this every day.
Ooh.
Along with eating your garlic ice cream.
Oh, God.
You wouldn't last there, would you?
I don't think so.
All right. You got more to read?
No, that was it.
Okay.
The guy went fishing his first Sabbath when he was out.
Yeah.
What did you do in your first Sabbath that you were out?
Do
you remember?
I do, only because I hadn't filed for divorce yet. And I just refused to go. But he took my kids and went to services. And I think I went to the little store up by my house and got a breakfast sandwich, and then I ate a candy bar. And
did you have ham in it?
I think I did.
Good for you.
No, I didn't have ham in it. It took me a long time to eat ham. It really did. It was ingrained in my head.
Yeah.
We used to go to a buffet like every Wednesday when I worked for my friend, and this was before I would ask for the ham sandwiches. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, she wanted to know why I never got the pork chops. and I couldn't give her a good reason.
Ah.
And then she was like, "Fork, look, I'm putting this towards your mouth.
Here comes the airplane.
Yay, and
Woo.
here,
Open
Debbie,
up.
open up, eat this." And I couldn't make myself do it. So,
Oh my God.
yeah, anyway, we got a little bit of time. Would you like to go to pending posts and
Sure.
I'll answer some questions? Are you sure?
What if I said no? I don't want to hear them.
You wouldn't have much of a choice. Okay, it reset itself. Hold on, I gotta get back to where I need to be.
Oh, jeez.
Don't you geez Louise me. Amanda S. She's coming to us from Alabama. And apparently she's Pentecostal. And it's a shirt. The bigger the hair, the closer to heaven. Tease it to Jesus.
Beautiful.
Your hair makes you closer?
I think Dolly Parton said that. I swear to God it was her who said something about like the higher your hair is, the closer it is to heaven.
I don't know. Rebecca M. shared with us something, but that's going to be next week's Kool-Aid recipe.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And Sarah's apparently being stalked by a cult.
What?
Sarah's being one of the Sarahs is being stalked by a cult. Okay.
How is that? What's going on?
Well, things just keep popping up that are really weird on her timeline.
Oh.
But I'm not posting that. I just
No.
letting you know.
Gotcha.
But I talked about this with you, and we decided not to mention it the one day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But Sarah L says, early morning scrolling, I saw this and immediately thought someone had photoshopped it and posted it here. Okay. What do you do for a living, Laura?
Pharmacist? Why?
Do you remember me mentioning genital flesh-eating bacteria? There's a lawsuit for that now.
Oh, yeah, there is.
FDA warning, genital buttocks, flesh-eating bacteria requiring hospitalization and surgery linked to Invokana. Remember, I couldn't remember the name of the drug. Do they still prescribe this? People's genitals are rotting off and they're still prescribing this. Laura, as a professional pharmacist, what do you have to say?
I don't know if they're still prescribing it because I'm not out in retail, so I don't know. But it can cause some necrosis and cause some skin to die, let's just say.
I told you I first saw that commercial late night, like
oh right, yeah,
at 2
Lost,
in the morning
like, for a lawyer.
And you even asked me, "Are you sure you didn't dream it?" And I'm like, "No." And I kept looking for that stupid commercial and to tell you what the drug was. Thank you, Sarah, because that was months ago. Virginia P shared a song with us. I'm just gonna post that.
Okay.
It's by Jen Wigmore and it's called "Man Like That."
All right.
It had a nice beat to it. Let's see. Anne commented, she was just listening to episode 60, and she commented the main reason there are more suicides during the holidays is due to financial and family stress. Children of parents who do not approve of their choices are particularly vulnerable.
That makes sense. So I mean, the holidays are a rough time
For everybody.
for a lot of people. You know, if you've lost a family member, if you're getting divorced,
the first time somebody's not there.
That's what I mean. Right. So the holidays, you know, for as much as people, or I guess I should say like advertising and whatnot, makes them out to be so fantastic.
And you
it's
can't
rough.
afford to get your kid the latest game system that everybody else is. And your wife
It's all about
your wife is bitching at you because she wants this and you can't afford a damn thing.
It's all about monetary things. It's all about
Every holiday is.
Yeah, no,
Come
I know
on.
that.
Anyway. Okay. Should we address the elephant in the room here?
Which is what?
Remember how I told you that this whole journey of starting this has just been incredible of how things have happened.
Yes.
See, I used the word happened.
You pagan.
I will be pagan until the day I die. But Sierra R. asked us a question that a lot of people have been asking, and I've just been sliding it under the carpet, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't see a reason to avoid this.
Okay.
Okay? She starts out, holy shit, I'm a couple episodes behind and just heard about the documentary and ABC TV show producer. I'm so excited.
So were we.
Yeah, so were we. But Like I said, everything has been happening just the way it's happened. And yeah, this woman, Lisa, contacted me. Brother Bob and Marie and a couple other people were sitting in my living room as we spoke to her about sending me the contract and what was expected. And me and you talked about it. And you have actually been an extra in backgrounds and things and stuff. And you looked the contract over and you were like, looks good to me, right? Looks standard, right? Well, I told her, forward it to me. I'd have my attorney look at it because I had an entertainment attorney, right? So I thought.
You thought you did.
Well,
you really didn't.
Yeah, because they wanted way too much of a retainer. I mean, $5,000's a lot.
It's a hell of a lot
for them to hold for a year.
Right.
To use a couple of $100 to look over a contract for me? Hell no.
And it was a 2-page contract. It wasn't like it was some binder full of...
No, it wasn't. And I'm not a superstar, and I don't sing and dance, and I'm not a Steeler or a Penguin. So anyway, as things just happen, I work for a retired Pennsylvania state prosecutor. He spent years at the courthouse putting people in jail. Okay? And he just so happened to be home a couple weeks ago, and I asked him to look over the contract. Okay? And he said to him, it looks like, and Lisa, if you're real and you had good intentions, I apologize, but this comes from an attorney who makes his living at a lot of things. He took an hour and a half to look over this 2-page document and pointed out typos, inconsistencies, things that downright contradicted each other. He said to him it looked like somebody had pulled a document off of Microsoft Word and tailor-fit it to what they wanted it to be. And here's the kicker. He looked at me and he asked, do you think the cult is smart enough to try and pull something off to make you sign something like this, to get you to sign something like this? And I asked him why he thought that. And he said as badly as the contract was written, it would stand up in front of a judge that basically I couldn't do the podcast anymore. I couldn't speak about my experiences there. I would essentially be shut up. And it had no time cap on it. Like, they're going to start a project and 10 years could go by. And
they could still be working on it.
Yeah, they're still working on it, even though nothing's been done. And here's the creepy part. Because I would sign this contract and she would try and sell me to people, she could actually sell me to the freaking cult. The cult would own me and my rights to my story, and I would never be able to speak about it. Wouldn't that be funny to them? And like I said, everything has really happened for a reason as we've been going down this journey. And thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I can't even imagine. Oh, and I went on this chick's Facebook profile and I went more in depth in it, and it doesn't look real. And there hasn't been any activity on it in a year and 3 months, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Take a deeper look, and catch things you missed. So, yeah. What do you think about that? They can't kill me and they can't kidnap me, and that would have been really funny
sneaky
to them
if
really they did
sneaky,
something like that. Well, they're sneaky. Anyway,
that's what I'm saying.
We already know this.
Right.
But I was kind of impressed. Hey, Colt, if that was you, I am impressed. You almost got away with it, you wascally wabbit, you. Or what does Scooby-Doo say?
If it weren't for you meddling kids.
Yes! Yes. Anyway, let's see.
Anything else?
I don't know. I got to go back to my phone. Okay. Satan's sisters are going to meet up with us on some holiday. I'm going to ask off, and you'll be off because it'll be a weekend.
Holidays.
And we'll go out day drinking.
Okay.
So anybody wants to join us, we'll let you know the podcast beforehand. Meet up with us. And Diane thanked us for her goodies. So you remember I was waving stuff at you? That all those letters had to go out?
Yeah.
Yep. Thanked us for our goodies. So appreciate it. And I guess that's all I got on that. If you're not already on Facebook, you should head on over there because we have some really funny conversations going. Did you know that, Laura?
I know that.
You do.
I follow it.
Okay. The menstrual mat.
Oh,
Post.
the pictures of that was hysterical.
Yeah, I went into the dollar store the other day because that's where we would buy our cheap menstrual mats. Was the dollar store because they're vinyl, easy to wipe off.
Does the job.
It really does do the job. But the comments on it was hysterical because I just saw menstrual mats, and the one at the top says Faith.
I like the one that said fresh.
Somebody else
That
like
was
I did not
beautiful.
see that till and
That was beautiful.
Did you see the one that was just red? I mean, come on. If you bleed through it, you're covered.
No one will know.
Exactly. And somebody posted theirs on their actual table, not an ex-member, but somebody had menstrual mats on there.
They were setting the table with menstrual mats.
But they had cherries on them. And my one friend thought that was just so hysterical that she bought one just so that she had cherries. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Again, guys, there are a hell of a lot of ex-members in the Facebook group, and just be respectful. A lot of them don't care. Ask them questions. Kate would take the one and described it as fresh. Come on.
How could you not take that one?
And, you know, my one girlfriend, her name was Faith, so I'm sure she would have picked... This was back
It was like a monogrammed one.
Somebody said that they would get one that was custom made that looked like it had a blood splatter on it. Wouldn't that be funny?
Could you imagine how they would freak out?
Well, there's an ex-member that says, I will, in capital all letters, never be able to eat at a table that has these on it anymore because he's just permanently traumatized that it's not a placemat.
It's a menstrual mat.
It's a menstrual mat.
Yeah.
And why are you setting my plate on a menstrual mat?
Oh.
Yeah, the comments are just hysterical. Another poor ex-member, she says, I swear I think about that every time I see those things and every time I see these women with head coverings on.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Even if it's a bandana, there were a lot of women there that wore their head covering 24/7 because it made them feel more holy. Okay?
Okay.
And you just weren't supposed to wear it like clipped to your head and walk around with it because then it looked like a holy garment head covering. Like, what the hell's on your head? So they would get the bigger sizes. Because remember I showed you it went from baby squares
Right.
all the way up to like 64 by 64, which was the biggest one you could get that would be like trailing off the floor. But they would use it like a bandana or a do-rag. And they would like wrap their hair up in it so that they could wear it all the time. And it actually does creep me out every so often when I see somebody at Walmart or whatnot. Maybe they're a different religion, but they have their hair all wrapped up in that stuff. And it just sends a shiver up my back every time until I go, nope, it's not them. It's not them. And why does this freak me out still? Okay, you're silent. You're not filling in.
No, because you've seen it for so long. I mean, when something is that ingrained in you.
But she doesn't live there in that state anymore either. So it's not like she's actually seeing...
So it can't be somebody from there.
Well, technically, anything's possible in life. I mean, some people run into their childhood best friend who moved away when they were 10 at the airport waiting for the same flight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? But, yeah, head on over to Facebook. It's fun. It's a fun place to be.
Yep. Deb will let you in the group.
I will, unless you're like really don't look like...
If you're sketchy, don't be sketchy.
Even at this point, sketchy ones, what are they going to do except make rude comments and then I just boot them out of the group? You know what I mean? And it's not like I post anything that's copyrighted or belongs to them or nothing. Not a damn thing.
So join the group.
Join the group. I guess next week we're going to be talking about Easter and what they think about Easter because Easter's the 17th. Canadian Easter is the 18th.
Yeah, unless you're in Canada. So if anyone's from Canada, please let us know what that is about.
Yeah, we already threw that out there.
All right.
Anyway, I was supposed to bring you food today and totally forgot.
It's all right.
Wasn't on my agenda. Anyway, guys, keep throwing questions at us. Anybody needs help, contact me. Any ex-members out there, always add your 2 cents worth in, whether it's on the Facebook group, private messenger. I had some private messages and stuff to read. I was really proud of an ex-member. She was asked to speak at one of her daughter's college classes, psychology.
Oh, wow.
And she's never done any public speaking before. And she was just like terrified. She texted me out of the blue on Messenger. I mean, we've talked before. But yeah, and she told all of those people to listen to us. So we got more sociology people climbing on board. I'm wondering if that's where all of the latest requests have come
new members.
From. Yeah, I think we let like 50 or 60 people in.
Yeah, we had a bunch. I saw a bunch of them pending.
So I don't know, maybe it's one of them college courses that's online and it goes out everywhere.
Could be.
Could be. But hi, sociology teacher. But as it comes down to it, she said she had some fun doing it. And they want her to come back. The college wants her to come back and speak.
Oh, that's great.
And in all honesty, I have to talk to her about it. But for me, at least, it is so therapeutic to be able to talk about something that has happened to you. And when you can talk about something that's happened to you and it doesn't affect you mentally anymore, you can tell you're healing from it. It doesn't bring you fear. It doesn't bring you tears. For me, it brings me laughter at this point, because if I didn't laugh, I would cry. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you got anything to add? Any questions? Any of that good shit?
Not right now.
Why not?
Because I'm ready to scratch my eyeballs out.
I know. You look like a raccoon almost.
I know. My allergies are driving me insane and my eyeballs itch. I can't breathe.
You called me this morning twice. I missed your call because my phone was turned off. And I thought, oh, shit, something's wrong. And then you told me your eyes was all... I thought you couldn't see out of your eyes and you weren't going to be able to read today.
No. I just want to scratch them out of my head. What?
You just always want to self-harm yourself. You're listening to them X-rated tapes and you're wanting to poke your eardrums out with a screwdriver.
Well, you know what? Anybody that listens to those tapes would want to do the same thing.
There was an ex-member who still, she was there up until she told me a few years ago. And she was one that I wasn't real sure if she was still a member or not, because the group used to post feast pictures, personal, like somebody would be walking around like the photographer and they would post pictures of people at feast and stuff. Well, they don't do that anymore.
Is there a reason, or they just...
I guess because they don't want you to know who's there and who ain't. Okay. I don't know. But I saw her and her family dressed up all in gold.
Oh, for the gold feast?
Yeah, and the gold feast, I think, was like, I don't know, 7, 8, I don't know how many years ago. Don't ask me. But they were all perfect. That's why they were wearing gold. Oh, and by the way, did you know pure gold is clear?
I did not know that.
Why would
I know that?
Little man came over the pulpit and said, if you're wearing gold jewelry, look at it. Do you see my gold ring?
Mm-hmm.
It's only 99 point whatever % pure, okay? That's what gives it its gold color. And the floor of heaven is made of pure gold, which makes it as clear as glass. And that's why God can look down on us.
Oh, is that right?
Yes!
How about that? Who knew?
Pure gold is clear. I mean, is there scientific proof of this?
5th grade education. All I gotta say.
He gonna make you see the light. Gonna.
He's gonna.
I'm gonna have to use that word. I'm gonna use that word a lot this week.
You never heard that before?
I have, but only illiterate people use it. For crying out loud. When was the last time you used gonna?
Gonna, I don't know.
I'm gonna go to the store, man. Seriously.
I'm gonna get you a t-shirt that just says gonna.
I need a shitload of new shirts.
See?
Anyway.
There you go.
Till next time, guys. I guess we're just babbling on now. The rest of this shit I'm just gonna put on for next week, like I always do.
Okay.
Megan H., I will get to your post at some point. I will.
All right.
There's a few of them
I
that are
trust
just.
you.
Look at this. We're at almost a minute 5.
Okay.
In a minute 6, you would be glaring at me and pointing, and nobody can see that shit. Quite a few people said we need to do YouTube.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh my God, the chewing and sneaking of the milk duds, what we're drinking, the pitiful setup we have.
Oh, yeah.
Did we post our pitiful setup?
I think we might have. I think we did a while ago.
You know what? I'm going to do it again. All right, guys. It's been Deb.
And Laura.
And we hope we entertained you again. So till next time.
We'll see you then.
Get the hell out.
Bye.
Bye.